I think scared is way too strong of a word. I think she's skittish, and I don't blame her. Fighting is the hardest sport that we have. The toll that it takes on your body once you compete. And then once you figure out, fighting is for the really, really desperate. Once you're no longer desperate, once you're a star and start making money other ways, it's hard to get up and train and put your body through that and to go back into the ring and risk your health and life. When you're Ronda Rousey, you're living out here in Los Angeles.
It's interesting. Conor McGregor already feels like he could leave. Conor McGregor, who's royalty in his country. Nate Diaz, kind of the working man, working class guy. He wants to, he's all in on it still. It's funny when I never really think about it from those terms, but it is funny when boxing always had a little bit of a feeling. There were exceptions, but it always felt like with a lot of boxers, it was a way out. I never feel that with the UFC guys.
Oh, my God. Of course it's a way out for the UFC guys.
You think it is?
It's the exact same thing. Cody Garbrandt, we had him on last week, and he talked about where he came from and him and his brother fighting each other. Yes, this is the underclass of, bottom line, white America to some degree in UFC, and it's the exact same thing as boxing. And again, it was like what Marvin Hagler said. It's hard to get up and train when you're sleeping on silk sheets. Ronda Rousey is sleeping on silk sheets. She has other options now. And so, yeah, I think she's a little skittish. Did you see what happened to Nate Diaz?
Oh, I saw a picture of his face after the fight, and I saw it. I saw a picture today, but it was after the fight. I could not believe the damage.
Right. And so Nate Diaz, love him to death. Love him as a fighter, whatever. But he's not a guy that's going to go become an accountant or a movie star or anything else. He's going to stay in this fight game. Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor,
now the UFC,
some of the other guys, Daniel Cormier can become a broadcaster, things like that. If there's a way to make money and avoid fighting, a lot of people are going to take that out.
I will say this about the UFC, and professional wrestling does a good job with this as well. The UFC has done a pretty good job to create stars. It's not very old. This is really about a decade and a half old. And I was sitting down today and I wrote down Liddell, Couture, Ortiz, Rampage Jackson, Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Holly Holm for an hour. This like wrestling, but every year they give us a new star. Boxing's had about 3 in the last 10 years. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao.
Well, people have left the sport in boxing. UFC has figured out a way. Listen, I've always said boxing started losing relevance once white athletes got out of the sport. White athletes are in the UFC. I think that helps that sport grow. But again, Ronda Rousey, skittish to get back in the ring, I think absolutely, and I don't blame her.